The girl stood barefoot on the frozen dirt as her mother's hand released her wrist like it burned. No goodbye, no tears, just a stiff nod toward the man waiting by the mule cart. He sat crooked in the saddle, one leg useless, his shoulders broad but slumped from years of pain. The village whispered without shame. He's broken, she's ruined. The girl felt every word like a stone thrown at her back. Her mother avoided her eyes, muttering excuses about mouths to feed and God's will. Coins clinked once, softly, sealing the trade. The mountain man didn't smile. He didn't leer. He didn't even look at her right away. He simply tightened the reins and waited until the girl climbed onto the cart by herself. That alone confused her. As they left, she looked back once, hoping, foolishly, for her mother to call her name. Nothing came. The road climbed sharply into pine and snow, silence growing heavier with every step. She prepared herself for cruelty, for commands, for the inevitable claiming everyone promised would come. The mountain man finally spoke, his voice low and rough. "You're safe on this road," he said. That was all. No one had ever said that to her before. The cabin was small, clean, and painfully quiet. No chains, no locked door. The mountain man dismounted slowly, wincing as he leaned on a carved cane. He handed her a blanket before she even asked, then gestured toward a stool near the fire. She waited for instructions that never came. Instead, he busied himself lighting the hearth, his movements careful, practiced, almost gentle. At supper, he set a full plate in front of her and took less for himself. When she refused to eat, fear tightening her throat, he didn't raise his voice. "You don't owe me anything," he said, staring into the flames instead of at her. The words stunned her more than any slap could have. That night, he spread bedding on the floor, his own, and pointed to the bed. She didn't understand at first. "It's yours," he said. She slept with her eyes open, waiting for footsteps that never came. In the morning, she woke to the sound of him struggling outside, chopping wood one-handed, sweat freezing on his brow. When she rushed to help, he shook his head. "Not because you're bought," he said quietly. "Only if you choose to." The villagers came days later, curiosity burning hotter than decency. They gathered outside the cabin, pretending concern, expecting screams, proof of their assumptions. The girl stood beside the mountain man as they accused him with smiles sharp as knives. "How much longer till she runs?" Someone laughed. The mountain man straightened with effort, pain flashing across his face, but his voice carried. "She's free," he said. Murmurs rippled. He reached into his coat and unfolded a paper, signed, stamped. "I transferred ownership back to herself," he continued. "No one owns her now. Not me, not her mother, not you." Silence fell hard. The girl felt her knees weaken. He turned to her then, finally meeting her eyes. "You can leave today," he said. "I'll pack you food. Or you can stay, work, learn, live, your choice." The crowd froze, their certainty collapsing. No one had come to witness mercy. They had come for a monster, and found a man who refused to be one. She stayed, not because she had nowhere else to go, but because she wanted to. Seasons passed. The girl learned the mountains, learned his quiet strength, learned how pain didn't make a man cruel, fear did. When his leg worsened, she chose to help him down the trails, her arm steady, her voice firm. When traders asked who she belonged to, she answered without hesitation, "Myself." The mountain man watched her grow into that truth, pride softening the hard lines of his face. One winter night, as snow buried the world outside, she placed a blanket over his shoulders and realized the shock wasn't what he had done once, but what he kept doing every day. He had broken a cycle no one else dared to question. Far below, the village still whispered. Up here, in the cold and the quiet, a girl who had been given away learned what freedom looked like, and a disabled mountain man became the reason everyone else had to look at themselves and feel small.